I have with me now Mr. Lorenzo Simonelli, Chairman, President, and CEO of Baker Hughes. Mr. Simonelli, welcome back. Always good to have you in Abu Dhabi. Let's talk a bit about what has been discussed in the World Utilities Congress. What are the main messages or topics you discussed?
Well, first of all, it's great to be here, and it's great that the UAE is hosting the world's first World Utility Congress, and it's at an important time, talking about power and water and the future development of the energy transition. As you know, with what's happening in the world, power generation as well as the energy transition is at the forefront. Energy security as well as energy diversification, and also climate change and trying to meet the goals of the Paris Accord. At the conference so far, it's really been a discussion around how do we see evolving technologies, how do we see the evolving infrastructure required, and also the interplay between all the stakeholders. And being here in the UAE is actually very timely because as you look at the transition, UAE is a place that's going to host COP28 and also has been on a journey of its own energy diversification since 2006.
Mm-hmm. A lot of talk about the role of gas in the energy transition and the carbon-free future. What role is exactly playing the gas?
Well, we're very much of the opinion that natural gas is both a transition and a destination fuel. As you look at the success in reducing the CO2 footprint, both in North America as well as in Europe, it's been the transition from coal to natural gas. And we have plenty of natural gas and the ability to liquefy natural gas. And we see that during the next decade, an expansion of liquefied natural gas across the world. And requirements of 800 million tons by 2030 from a capacity standpoint. So natural gas is critical as we go through this transition, and it's available now. And I think, again, we're going to see continued increase in usage of natural gas over the next decade.
Didn't the last recent, what happened in Ukraine and in Russia, didn't it change the landscape of the role of gas and the energy security?
I don't think it changed the role of gas. What it brought to the forefront is that you need energy security and you need energy diversification. As we've always said, it's not the fuel type that matters. It's really the emissions footprint. And natural gas is a great positioned fuel for the future with lower emissions than coal. And as you look at energy security, you're going to see an increasing use of gas from other areas of the world. As you know, the US has got expansion plans for its US LNG and also in other parts of the world, in Qatar. So we think it's just a redistribution and diversification of the energy mix, but natural gas is here to stay.
So how do you see the opportunities and the main challenging facing this energy transition after what we have witnessed in the geopolitics?
The energy transition is a long-term game, and you've got to separate the aspect of short-term impacts with where the long-term goals are. So energy transition is still here. Countries and also companies are committed to their net zero ambitions. And over the course of the decade, we're going to continue investing in the new technologies such as hydrogen, CCUS. So I view this as being just a period in time, but longer term, things will readjust, and we're still committed to the energy transition and the climate change agenda.